Gigi in the house. Appreciate you sliding through. So you have a card right there in front of you. Do you mind reading that to us real quick, please?
Why did I quit my job in a shoe recycling shop?
Why?
Because it was so destroying.
Oh my
I don't think.
God. She wanted to throw it herself. She like, get
Right.
this card no well. Hey, what's up, Guan? Bonjour, famille. It's Bum Jonas, and I'm here with.
GG MiznoMeals.
And we're about to have a sit down and Syke, y'all. Let's get started. All right, MzNoMeals, Miss Gigi, Auntie.
Yeah.
So first of all, I want to start right off with the flowers. I got a couple of standard questions that I'll ask. If you notice here, I didn't write nothing down, and the main reason is because of the flowers I'm about to give you. I have seen you push and promote Kansas City hip hop in general, for 3 years, relentlessly. It's got a proclamation. We got a whole week of putting on for KC hip hop. It's something that I've grown up in the culture, whether it's in KC or other places, and it's always been a pleasure to be able to see my culture get celebrated. And the way that you do it has always been about family and fun and honesty and vulnerability. Like, hey, no, we like ratchet, we like some thump music, we like turf talk, but we also like the barbecue and get together and have the kids. You know what I mean? So shout out to you and your team, which I think is really just you, but no, let's not get too spicy. But I know you do a lot, and so I just want to make sure you get your flowers for what you do.
Thank you.
With that, I gotta ask the cliche question: who is Gigi? What do you do and why?
GG. I'm gonna go there. My real name is Geneva. A lot of people don't know that. Some people do. My name is Geneva, so I was GG first. Miss No Meals comes from me being a performer of burlesque,
Okay.
and that was my stage name, and then I just kept it after I stopped doing it or start doing other things as well. So, but I'm a Kansas City born and raised, OG now. Like they've been calling me Kansas City auntie. I'm embracing it. You know what I
Is
mean?
Auntie? Oh, is that like what women? Is that what we call women OGs?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I don't think we don't call women OGs, do we?
It just depends on the woman. You know what I mean? Because some women are OGs. I ain't that gangster though. So
You sure you be talking? You be talking
I
quite
type shit.
spicy, quite spicy out here. You know what I'm saying, Auntie, with the shit talk.
Yeah.
All right, so Ms. No Meals, you're a dancer, but how do you get into the music side of things, or like how do you get into the point where you're publicly involved with the community? How does that happen?
Um, just really just all around love for my city.
Okay,
When I get in my car, you gonna hear Kansas City hip hop. You know what I mean?
gotcha.
It's really just just a passion, really. How I really got connected though with hip hop is really through doing hosting events,
Okay,
and just getting connected with the artists and seeing them complain online or hearing them complaints or going to their shows and it not being, what they thought it would be, or just I did a podcast and they were my guests, and so I was like, what's missing here? What can I do? How can I play my part?
right. You saw there was an opportunity of some sort, and you're like, okay, how do we fix these pain points?
Yeah, how do I
Okay,
get the world to come to Kansas City? Why would they want to come here? What reason do they have to come here and see Kansas City hip hop artists?
so
How can I have
and
so
that's
many
what it
reasons.
is. Okay, so
Yeah.
you have this laundry list of reasons that okay, you know what, we got to do something here.
Yeah.
What is it? Before we even get to the, actually, that's probably what inspires the laundry list. What is it about Kansas City hip hop that you love so much, outside of other regions?
I think that I'm naturally a person that root for the underdog.
Okay.
And so the fact that when I am hosting these shows or listening to these artists' music, and I'm like, damn, this is dope.
Right.
Well, how can I get the world to feel how I feel? You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
So, yeah, it just really goes back to passion.
Are there any other regions or areas, cities that, maybe come close to how you feel about KC?
Well, I'm gonna say when my first rap that I ever listened to was like E40, Sibo,
Okay.
Brother Lynch.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I remember being young and finding a tape of Sibo or
Damn. Okay, so
yeah,
you've been on mob shit for a
yeah,
long,
yeah,
long time. Okay.
yeah.
Now this is a tangent, but I ask a lot of Kansas City folks this, and I think it's important to the KC sound. Why? It's not why. No, it is why. Why do you think that Bay Area connection, that mob sound? Why do you think that's so integral to KC? What is it about the connection? You know what I mean?
Um, I really cannot say. Just a lot of people would say the environments are kind of the
Okay.
same.
Okay.
They might have a gang culture. We got block culture, whatever.
Okay.
I think maybe people have relatives. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
But I think just like I said, that was one of some of the first rap that I listened to, and so maybe that's just
Kind of.
a general thing around here.
So in some ways, I mean, I never thought about it that way, but
And it's our closest connection to like the mainstream, you
right,
know.
because we're just gonna get here first from there, sooner than it would from others in some ways.
Exactly.
Okay. I never thought about that though, in the sense that like some of the first hip hop KC heard probably came from the West Coast or from that.
For me, it was for
Yeah,
sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
for a lot of people, because there's some what they would call hip hop purists that have they have other sounds that they prefer, but the when I listen to someone that's doing an homage to KC music, there's a certain sound, and that sound, obviously, the Rich the Factors, the Tech Nine, you know what I mean, and that in itself has a bit of a feel for me, a reminder of the Bay. And so I never say that in a way to take away from KC. I just like, to me, I think that is part of its uniqueness. Like
Yeah.
there's a certain mafioso, mobster, turf talk, hustle energy that comes through in KC sound, and it resonates with me. And I'm from the Bay, so it's like, nah, I know that shit.
Yeah.
How long was it before you started KC Hip Hop Week? Like, how long were you moving and grooving and hosting and seeing and trying to figure out what was going on before you're like, no, I got to do this thing?
Some years,
Okay.
really. Some years before the first one, it was an idea amongst a couple of friends,
Okay.
and we sat on it, talked about it, sat on it. Never really made it happen, and I just really took the first move to make it happen.
Oh, so you jumped off the porch on
I
this.
jumped off the porch, yeah.
And what was the trigger? Like, because you're a lifelong contributor to, listener of hip hop. You've been in KC all your life. What was the trigger? Like, you know what? Fuck this.
Um, I wanted to do something big. I think I started thinking about my legacy.
Okay.
I was my podcast was known for wretchedness, honestly.
So
And so, even though I was hosting a lot of, having a lot of hip hop artists as guests, it was,
it was
the Wretched podcast,
Yeah.
very, very much adult content. So, I was trying to rebrand myself, because I'm getting older and I shouldn't maybe do certain
So
things.
maybe there's some things that
Trying to grow up a little bit, elevate, I guess.
Just a little bit, okay.
And then, just want to support for real. Like, how can I really support,
big and really make a stamp.
beyond liking, following, sharing?
Yeah.
How can I really put my blood, sweat, tears, heart, soul, and money behind,
And why?
what I believe in?
Why? What you believe in? Why do you believe in KC hip hop?
Cause it's fire. It's versatile. I feel like it's something for everybody. I feel like it stimulates the economy here.
Come on now.
And that's the real big picture.
The root, right.
You know what I mean? We talk about the laundry list of it. That's the big one on the list. Is that people are going out. They are spending their money all throughout Kansas City in ways that the core of it is hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It might be one artist that just have a show in one day, right? But he's going to get his hair done. He's going to go get an outfit. He's going to go get some food and drink and part pregame. And that song that he's going to perform that night is recorded at a Kansas City studio with a Kansas City engineer and probably video with a Kansas City videographer at a Kansas City venue. And that hip-hop, all of that came from one hip-hop song.
So now we 15
Everybody's
songs, 20
eating
songs.
of what Kansas City is doing.
I love that.
We need to be the ones benefiting from that. We are the sound.
Come on now.
A lot of the popular music everybody's listening to and blowing up and hyping up, and it's our favorite. It comes from Kansas City producers.
So, man, that people don't be knowing that.
You know what I mean?
People don't be knowing that.
It's in our history. We are the home of blues and jazz. Why are we not known for music? Why are people not coming here seeing how amazing we are? So, yeah.
There it is. She said, shit. You came up with your own laundry list right there. Shit, I love that.
Yeah, for real.
All right, we're on year 3. And one of the things I want to talk about is, like, what has changed for you in terms of, it's not so much like, all right, what are you doing differently and how have you made it bigger, right? But what are some things that you've adjusted in terms of how you approach it, maybe the logistics, things like, you know what, I didn't necessarily like that. We're not going to do that. What are some changes you've made?
First year, I feel like I was just like kind of desperate even. I don't know if that's the best word, but I was like, at minimum, I have to make this happen. I don't have a lot of money. It's just me. But I need people. I need places, so whoever says yes. Whoever's down, whoever understands, I was just making it happen. So now with year 1, I feel like I set kind of a blueprint for at least what worked and what I wanted to do, and I can add to it from there. So year 2 was knowing what events worked, what didn't, getting better venues. And better promotion so people just know about it. You know what I mean? Year 3, I learned so many lessons year 2 and lost so much money. But so year 3, with all the lessons I learned from year 1 and 2, I feel like I definitely have a blueprint, but I'm learning lessons here too. I'm learning I need to be a better leader.
Oh, shit. Mm-hmm. What does that mean? Hold on now. What does that mean? Because why you got to worry about being a leader and we talking hip hop? What are you talking about?
Because
there no leaders in hip hop. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah. There's leaders in the city in hip hop. Somebody gotta show how it's done or so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I won't even say how it's done, but for me to produce the product that I want, right?
Okay.
I have to have good delegation skills, good communication skills. I have to be on time. I have to work on my presentation as far as how I show up. Um, Being accessible and where I am accessible,
Right.
and who I'm accessible to. Because I want people to take me and Kansas City Hip Hop Week serious.
Yeah,
You know what
that's
I
really
mean?
what it is, right? Okay. So
Yeah.
is that so is this the year that, like they take you serious in a sense of this isn't just something that somebody decided they wanted to do and they're doing it again. This is the third time.
Yeah, I
Is
feel like
this
people are catching
okay?
on. Just because of my responses or how certain people are reaching out to me this year
Okay.
versus me having to reach out to everybody.
Oh shit, there's a turn. That's a good
Yeah, for sure. People wanting to be on board and understanding, like, oh, okay, she's not a gimmick. She's not just in it for the money. This is
Right.
a kind of everybody eats situation. They kind of understand what I'm doing and seeing how big it is and how big it can be.
So I want to get spicy for just a moment here.
All right now.
On T. But no, I mean, because you're known in the city. You had relationships with the community prior to Kansas City Hip Hop Week. You mentioned leaders, so obviously you're having a network and communicate and work with people, right? So, like, I guess really my question is, how do you deal with the egos, and how do you deal with? Let me actually be direct. There's a phrase that I hear a lot is that's KC politics. So right, and I know that
Yeah.
has layers to it,
Yeah.
but I know that plays into the hip hop. It plays into the ecosystem you talked about. It plays into who appears where and who networks with whom, right? So how does Gigi, how does MiznoMeals go about navigating KC politics?
um a lot of time I feel like with the politics I'm on the outside looking in.
Okay.
I don't feel like I'm a part of the politics.
Okay.
But I do have to pay attention to it because, like you said, who is where, and I can't book certain artists together type things. But what I have found out is people who are working and want to work and want to be a part of it. If the politics is brought to me, I'm like, okay, do you want to work or not?
Okay. And
I kind of shut it down. You know
Right.
what I mean? Even when I've had my own drama and stuff, or my advice to other people who have drama is don't do it on Facebook. Shut it down quick.
Because and I want to talk about Facebook because I'm on Instagram a lot. SprinkleSumSalt podcast on Instagram, but I don't deal with Facebook a whole lot. That is a new thing for me in the sense of promotion and marketing, and I've always heard that it is a very toxic place.
Yeah.
Is that
It is.
so? I feel like Facebook itself is toxic, and then there's a certain additional layer when you start to add in the region. Like everyone in KC knows each other. Everyone says it's a big little city where you 9 times out of 10 you're gonna know them, right? And so, does that add to the politics at all since everything's online nowadays?
Like I said, I'm on the outside looking in. I'm looking and laughing with everybody else most of the time. I make jokes about it, memes and stuff. I don't think it has affected Hip Hop Week.
Okay.
Maybe a little in the first year because people was like, oh, let me see who she's gonna have or what she gonna do.
Right.
But I think since it's been done, everybody's on board.
Now they know, they understand, they see how you run it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The streets fuck with me.
Come on now. Come on now. So, what's your least favorite part of planning Kansas City Hip Hop Week, and what's your favorite part?
Least favorite part is easy. Not having enough money.
That's a fail. That's a fail.
Not having like real big sponsors that I need.
Okay.
Yeah, because what I want it to be, it can be, but I don't have the money in my
You gotta
pocket.
get
You know
there.
what I'm saying? So I appreciate everybody who contributes in any way, time, space, money. Yeah.
What's your
Uh,
favorite thing?
Favorite thing is just really the thick of it, like where I'm at right now. I'm really in the deep stress of hip hop week right now, and but it's hard, but I love it at the same time.
Because
You know what
you're in
I'm
the groove
saying?
right now.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
You like so you're in the
And
motion.
then
That's when it's fun.
just really see it come to fruition, and like when I got that schedule, and I was like, yes, I can finally see what all the planning looks like in a week. You know
So
what I'm saying?
let's talk about that a little bit. I'm sorry to cut you
No,
off
you
there.
fine.
It's a week long schedule that you put together, and it's really like a series of events, right? Like a collection of events, right?
Right, right.
So what made you go that route as opposed to, you know, having it at one place one day, a big festival?
It was an accident, kind of. To be honest, I think like a typo or something because I don't know what I was thinking. I really initially planned on doing a weekend, but I think when my first thing to do was ask the city to get behind this, make it official, get the proclamation, right?
Okay.
Um, and so in that process, you have to write like a formal letter to the city and letting them know what you want to do and how you want to do it or whatever. It has to be in a certain format, and you have to
Damn.
learn how to get the proclamation, right?
Okay, okay.
So going through that, I think I asked for a week and versus weekend
That's with a
because I
typo
wanted it
or
to be able to fall either this weekend or this weekend, you know. But when I got it back, they was like, "Hey, this is Kansas City Hip Hop Week, June 1st through June 8th." So they gave me 8 days,
and you're like, okay.
and so I did 8 days the first year.
Oh, you get 8 days.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
more than a week.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we've done 7 the last
Right.
this
But
year
still,
and
you
last
get
year.
8 on paper.
Yeah,
You got 8 days.
yeah.
Look at y'all getting an extra day and shit. Look at that. That's KC hustle, man.
And so I was like, oh, okay, now I actually have to plan it. I'm thinking, the city is gonna say no,
Right.
and not because of the culture of Kansas City, killer city.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, they not gonna tell me yes, and they gonna give me all these stipulations. You can if you
But-
bam, 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 right? That was what I was expecting, but I just got a yes off the bat.
Damn.
And so I was like,
Come on,
okay.
now. Come
They're
on,
like, we
now.
ain't gonna give you no money for it, but
You can ask for money too. Bro.
yeah.
So, all right, we're going into the third week. We got these different events, and that's been the consistent thing. Last year we had events and speakers, like the rap battle was going on, and then you had the beats and lessons going on
Beats
as
and
well.
business,
Beats and business. So, excuse me. I assume we're gonna have something similar.
Absolutely.
Okay, now because that's a beautiful thing where there's education and entertainment going on. What are some things now I gotta ask, right? Like again, not bigger or better, but like, what are some new things that you've added in terms of events or attractions or elements?
I've tried to really just because people have enjoyed what I've done, improve.
There it is. Okay. Okay.
So not necessarily make them bigger, better, but just better, improve them.
Okay.
So get nicer venues.
Okay.
Not do daytime events because people just like I'm at work. We didn't have good turnouts, and so I put everything in the evening. I am doing a better job of reaching out to more known or bigger artists in the city
Yep.
because I think in the first couple of years I had people discourage me because just their responses to me,
Yeah.
the egos thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, dang, now I'm scared to ask.
Right.
other artists because of how these people treated me, right? And so I had to let that go because now
Fuck 'em.
people would assume that I don't want them
Right.
or I don't see them, and they wasn't reaching out to me. I'm not reaching out to them.
And it ain't even got nothing to do with that.
Yeah,
It's a whole other thing.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So now I'm like, I don't care how big you are. I'm in your inbox.
Like, we're going to talk. Okay.
If you respond, you respond. If you don't, you don't. We'll talk from there. But I just was trying to leave it up to other people to do that, or I'm trying to be a little bit more hands-on.
Okay.
Which is crazy. I don't know how I can be more hands-on because I already do everything. But I do have help. I do.
So you got a couple extra pair of hands.
I do have help. Definitely some fire help, and I appreciate them. But I still end up
right there in the mix too.
Yeah.
But I feel like you enjoy that too. Like you're not necessarily opposed to being in there, and it's fun for you in some ways.
I'm not opposed to it, but I feel like because of how dope Kansas City Hip Hop Week is, I shouldn't have to.
Okay. And there
I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't be not working as hard, but I shouldn't be spreading myself this thin.
Right. Will that come from the recognition that happens, and with that, then more people want to come on to support and be part of the team?
I hope so.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope it'll come.
Do you see Kansas City Hip Hop Week having like a parade or anything like because right now it's moving around different areas, right? And which I think is actually dope because it helps incorporate all the different segments of KC into this weekly thing. But then I wonder, like, what if there was like, a parade type of thing or like a culmination event of some sort,
like
right?
block party type thing. Yeah.
Do you see something like that happening?
I wanted to have a block party since I started, and that's kind of how I end up doing just the last event as an outdoor event.
Okay.
But yeah, eventually for sure,
Okay.
for sure, I want to be, A16 Day B, outside.
There it is. Okay.
Whole block.
That was my other question was like, are there any festivals or events that not necessarily that you're modeling after, but that you look to like, okay, how do I mold to get to that level?
I got a funny story about that. I was like, when I don't know how much time we got. I'll make it short.
You good? I just got like a couple more questions.
Okay. So I'm like doing this. It's not that many people that have week-long events. People have huge events,
but not week-long.
So I can look at I look at Key Peterson with Juneteenth. I love what she does.
Okay.
I look at Busy Benton and 816 Day. Love what he does. I look at Terrell Ray. With Kansas City People Choice Awards. I love what he does. But starting out, I'm like, week long. What other event is there that's a week long? And there's the only one I can think of is KC Fringe.
Oh, okay.
KC Fringe I think they up to 2 weeks now.
Oh, wow.
And they have 4 and 5 events a day, if not more. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It's huge, like 20 years in now. And I was like, that's the only person who can really, understand what this is.
What you're going for. Okay.
And I ended up going to a dinner party. And long story short, the person that sat next to me was the founder of KC Fringe. First year this happened.
Hey.
Yeah. So that's kind of like my mentor.
You right where you were supposed to be.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I cried a little bit because it was like, because I really be saying like, dang, I can manifest stuff, right? I mean, we all can,
And when you see it like,
yeah, and so and it was quick. Like I said, this happened the first year.
Right.
It was so quick and just so random. Like, we was already having a conversation, and then she said, well, what are you doing? And I started talking about Hip Hop Week, and that's why I'm here networking with all these wonderful people.
Wow.
And then I said, well, what do you do? And she said, I'm the founder of KC Fringe. And I dropped my fork out of my hand. Like, this is Yeah, for real. So
My new buddy.
right. Give me your number right now.
Right now.
For real.
Okay. 2 quick questions. No, the last one's not quick, but we've talked about KC Hip Hop Week, Kansas City Hip Hop Week. We talked about kind of like, how you got into this and all the things that you go through. I want to, just for a moment, talk about how you unwind from all of this, because you're navigating, the personal life. I know that you're a parent. I know you have, a job. So you have all these other things going, being a human being, and you are the founder and event organizer of Kansas City Hip Hop Weeks, right? So how does Gigi, the person, unwind from all of that?
It's not often, but the other day I found myself at a club. Shout out to the Layla Lounge. We are there Wednesday night of Hip Hop Week. And it was Afro beat night or something, and I mean it was a crowd I'm never around, in a place I'm never at, and so
Just cut loose.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So dancing, there it is. Okay.
Dancing, having a drink, being social, being the social butterfly, because I don't often go places where people don't know me. So
Right.
yeah.
And there it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, we are at the point we got to wrap this up. I want to again just quickly just say we really really appreciate the fact that you've got this organization and this movement, this event, week-long event happening. KC needs this. We need more of it. And so I really think it's super dope that you're building this, not just for the legacy of yourself, but for the legacy of KC and hip-hop.
Sure.
So I want to ask, though, and I asked everyone this, and I'll ask you again when I get to interview you next. When that week is over, when they've made it through those 7 days or maybe 8 days, right? What is it you want folks to walk away with as far as the experience from Kansas City Hip Hop Week?
I should have been prepared because I heard you ask it. But I really want people to feel connected,
Okay.
connected and motivated.
There it is. Okay.
Because if we are all connected and united with each other, all with this same motivation, you know what I'm saying?
Shit can happen.
Yeah. Things can blow up, you know. But I would say the spirit and the vibes are so high at the KC hip hop events. I mean, for real, like you got thugs cheesing from ear to ear.
Right.
I don't know why, but it's just the vibes. You know, everybody is so happy, and so I want to change the narrative for Kansas City. We got to get away from Killer City and make it Kick It City. You know, we fun, we good time, we good time people. We cool as fuck. We like to, we humble. And we know how to party and have fun without drama all the time. So, so far 2 years so far, I haven't had any, major event, major, tragedies or anything like that happen, because people think rap events are so gangster. But come out, come network and see something different.
I love it. So, look, here's my shameless plug, y'all. June 1st through June 7th. Is that correct?
Yes.
June 1st through June 7th. First of all, excuse me, Kansas City Hip Hop Week. That is the Instagram, Kansas City Hip Hop Week. So just go right there, tap in, find them on Facebook as well. You'll get all the info. A week-long experience celebrating Kansas City and its hip hop. That's really all there is to say. You need to tap in. Is there anything you want to let them know before we get up out of here?
Come out. It's in less than 3 weeks. We are ready to just, see the city, show y'all what we put together, and stimulate the economy. Everybody eats with Kansas City Hip Hop Week.
There it is. And with that, it's Bum Jonas here with none other than
MiznoMeals.
We just had a hell of a sit down at Syke, y'all. We'll see you soon at Kansas City Hip Hop Week, June 1st through the 7th. As I always say, love yourself like you try to love the world. Do something to earn your place in the world this week. And just be some dope motherfuckers. Y'all have a good one. Peace.